Welcome to Ramos, Maze's End. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like this. We're going to keep on this one. Hopefully we can outrace Grizzlebrand. Man, when they unbanned Grizzlebrand, I remember thinking like, should we have done that? I don't think it's going to be that fun to play against. And without a doubt, 100% win time, when I play against Grizzlebrand, it has never been enjoyable. Let's go ahead and get down. Actually, we want to make sure we get down Azusa because we make a few extra land drops. Oh yeah, this is like a vintage hand almost. Let's go ahead and crack Bloodstained Mire. Let's go ahead and get down Bayou. Excuse me, I was thinking we had Mana Crypt in the hand. I was like, oh man, this is going to be a lot of fun. But either way, we'll still go and get this down. Let's go and tap down for Soul Ring. Let's go and tap down for Mana Vault. And then, yeah, if you play against Grizzlebrand, you gotta be pretty aggressive on this one. Okay, get those down, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. We were playing Ramos, Dragon Engine, Flying. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1 counter on Ramos for each of that spell's colors. Then remove 5 +1 counters. Reveal, choose an instant or sorcery. That's not too bad. They're going to take, we'll see if they take Bring to Light or Villainous Wealth, which one they decide to go for. But whenever you cast a spell, oh, that's a bummer. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1 counter on Ramos, and then, add double Wooburg to your mana pool whenever you remove those counters. I'm not going to pay 4 for Mana Vault. No, we are good. And we draw to Temple of Mystery. Let's go and get down. Do we want to go for Bring to Light? Number of colors. Let's see if we can't get a few more colors on the battlefield. Let's go and go for Azusa. That's going to be 1, 2. Let's go and get her down. Let's go and go for Temple of Mystery. Get the Scry going, the Scurry, the Fever, Guildgate. Let's go and put that on the bottom. Let's go and get down Scalding Tarn. And then anything else. No, let's go and kick it back over to our opponent. Play against Grizzlebrand, Flying and Lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. So it's exactly what it sounds like. Your opponent pretty much loads up on a ton of not spot removal, but a lot of hand disruption, and then a lot of fast mana from your opponent. You get down Grizzlebrand, then pay 7 life, start ripping through your library, and it is pretty hard to come back from. So hopefully we can get into something pretty quick. Not going to pay for Mana Vault. Nope, we are good. Then we draw into Expedition Map. Okay, let's go and crack Scalding Tarn. Yeah, let's go and crack Scalding Tarn. Let's go and get this popped out just a little bit, because that will put us online for a... And actually, we can go for Eternal Witness to bring back Villainous Wealth. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Okay, I like that play a lot. Let's go ahead and get down... I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just going to get down another black source. We'll go for Underground Sea. Get down Underground Sea, make the additional land drop. Let's go Bring to Light for 3. And that'll be Eternal Witness that we can bring back. So blue, green, black. So it's going to be 3, then 2 off Soul Ring. Let's go get this popped out just a little bit bigger. Let's go for Eternal Witness. Where are you? There we go. Go for Eternal Witness. And then there it is, the commander. I got worried we lost it for a second. Let's go for Eternal Witness, bringing back Villainous Wealth. Yes, we're going to use that, return it back to the hand, and then let's go for Mana Confluence for 1, get down Expedition Map, and then anything else. No, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we are looking at a semi-decent, choose 2 creatures. Oh, yeah. I always get worried this is the creatures... Okay, that gets, the way Magic Online does the interaction with Archfiend is so, it makes you feel like you're about to sacrifice all of your creatures, which is not a lot of fun. So let's see if our opponent's got Thoughtseize. That's a bummer. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens with Grizzlebrand is they shred your hand, and the next get it down, start going from that. So unfortunately that did happen. We need to get some good stuff going. We do have Expedition Map to at least kind of search something up at this point right now, but we'll probably end up leaving that open for this point. All right. Not going to pay for Mana Vault. Then we draw into Oracle. Let's go and tap down for Ramos so we can get a little bit of a clock going on our opponent. Get down Ramos and then anything else. No, we're going to go and pass the turn back over to our opponent. Now, as far as key lands that we need to grab, we do have... Let's keep Azusa and we'll go ahead and keep Ramos. Sorry, Eternal Witness. Try to bring us back Villainous Wealth, but unfortunately we don't have that. Our opponent is looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are looking at 6 mana. They do need to get to 8 to get down Grizzlebrand. So hopefully maybe they don't have a lot of action in their hand. Ooh, Obnixilis. Okay, and they will target Ramos. Yeah, that's fine. That's not the end of the world. Ramos is basically kind of like a Get down Ramos, if we can get that extra Wooburg counters going and go for like a really nice feeling as well, so be it. But for the most part, Ramos is basically just kind of like our good stuff commander, just kind of sitting there off to the side. So like most 5-color decks ends up kind of being like that. Okay, drawn to Demonic Tutor. That's going to go straight into the hands, and they only have 1 card left. What do we want to go for? I think I want to go for Demonic Tutor. I think that'd be pretty good. I mean, not Demonic Tutor. I want to go for Diabolic Revelation. We've got Demonic Tutor in the hand. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's go and go Demonic Tutor. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Demonic Tutor. And then we'll go next turn. We'll go for Expedition Map. That way we can get an extra lane. Actually, it's going to go into our hands, so we'll go and crack it now. Let's get this popped out just a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab Diabolic Revelation. That way we can just grab a ton of stuff in our hands. Let's grab Diabolic Revelation. Do we want to get down Oracle? That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That allows us to start going for some land drops. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go and get down Oracle. Hopefully we can kind of maybe start ripping a few more lands and make this Diabolic Revelation really nice. All right, let's go and get down Dimir Guildgate and then Horn of Greed. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, we'll go and swing it on Nixilis. That'd be good. Knock it down to 1 with Azusa. Swing in, knock Nixilis down to 1, and then anything else will kick it back over to our opponent. So we're looking at Diabolic Revelation. That will be 5 total mana that we need to tap down for. And we're going to go ahead and save both of these. And so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're basically looking at a Diabolic Revelation for about 5. So it's going to give us 5 key cards that we do want in the hand. We aren't really looking at a ton of other colors on our actual board at this point. Right? Oh, there we go. Opponent went for Nixilis activation. But what we can do is we do have Door to Nothingness. That's something we can get down. It's definitely really hard for black to do anything against Door to Nothingness. So if we get that down, that's something we can go for. Once we get down Mirari's Wake, that allows us to kind of tap down for a little bit of extra mana. Maybe we want to grab something like Chromatic Lantern. In addition to that, too, that'll really kind of help us get some good stuff going. But I like tapping down for a Diabolic Revelation. Should be pretty good. We can also grab some really good stuff like Life from the Loam, too. And that way it kind of puts us back on that Maze's End gameplay that we want to go for. Okay, we got Mana Vault. Not going to choose, not going to pay for Mana Vault. Nope, we're good. Drawn to that Horn of Greed and then Prismatic Omen on top. Actually, let's do this. So let's go and go for Diabolic Revelation. And with Prismatic Omen, that might be the cleaner option for us to go for. It's going to be 1, 2. Yeah, so we're going to go for 5 off of Diabolic Revelation. I think the cleanest win for us right now is going to be Prismatic Omen. So let's go and get this popped out. Let's go and grab Prismatic Omen. Okay, there we go. So let's go and get this popped down. So I kind of changed it up just a little bit, and I'll explain what we've got going on. Let's go and get down Azorius Guildgate, Damnation on top, and then anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So off of that Diabolic Revelation, ended up grabbing Escape Shift. I grabbed a Door to Nothingness, Merciless Eviction, Prismatic Omen, and Mirari's Wake. Now, with Grizzlebrand sitting at 8 total mana to get them down, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if they hit the land drop, they will be able to get down Grizzlebrand, but that's going to be them completely tapping out. And then hopefully we can get down Prismatic Omen next turn with that double green and go for Escape Shift. That'll allow us to get a nice win. And going for the Valakut Prismatic Omen win with all of our lands being at least basic mountains to kind of get that extra damage going, especially if they're going to pay that extra mana going for Grizzlebrand. Okay, unfortunately our opponent has lost connection to the game. I've been sitting here for a little bit and it doesn't look like either they've lost connection for good or something maybe happened on their end. Maybe there's a storm in their area. But long story short, next turn we're going to be able to go for Escape Shift. And basically what's going to happen is once we go for Escape Shift, sacrifice any number of target lands. That's going to be 4 total mana for Escape Shift, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to be able to get down Prismatic Omen, 1, 2. So once we go for Escape Shift and get down Prismatic Omen, Prismatic Omen is going to turn all of our lands into basically every basic land type. And so once we do to get down the Valakut and all that, those mountains, it's going to be 3 damage being dealt to our opponent. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. That will be lethal being dealt to our opponent. And especially if they do get down Grizzlebrand and start paying that 7 life, they would have to basically get something down to give Grizzlebrand haste to swing across with that lifelink. Even then, they're still going for those 7 mana activations. So basically, we're pretty much going to have the win with Escape Shift and Prismatic Omen. it does kind of leave our opponent open to some sort of hand disruption next turn, so that could be a possibility. But for the most part, I tried to grab as much stuff as we could win off of the Diabolical Revelation. So we're also looking at Merciless Eviction to kind of exile a lot of this artifacts. So that way, if we do find some sort of answer for Grizzlebrand, it's going to be hard for them to get Grizzlebrand back down. And then also puts us on a game plan of Door to Nothingness and Mirari's Wake. So definitely a good game to our opponent. It's always fun to play against Grizzlebrand. Hopefully our opponent's connection, everything's okay. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Ramos, Maze, Door, Dark Depths, Valakut, Omen, and Torment. Hope you're excited as far as opening hands. We're going to keep on this one. A little clunky, but we've got some Guild Gates in the hand. We have Painful Truce to hopefully dig a little bit deeper. And we have a turn 1 Scry, so we can get that scurry going and have some fun. But got a pretty cool matchup. We have the, there we go, hit the OK button. Sorry, opponent. I always hate whenever I start talking, I didn't realize it's waiting on me. Let's go for Temple of Madness, get the Scry going, the scurry. The fever, the insanity, the descent into madness, the questioning of one's own mortality. Alright, so we do have Mana Vault on top. Is that actually something that we want at this point? Now, let's go put that on the bottom. Wouldn't mind finding something that gives us some sort of action. So we're going to put that on the bottom for right now. But we're playing against Karametra, so it should be a pretty fun lands matchup on this one. But we are playing Ramos, Dragon Engine, Flying. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1 counter on Ramos for each color. For each one of that spell's colors, then remove 5 +1 counters from Ramos, add double Wooburg to your mana pool, activate this ability only once each turn. And let's see what we draw into, hopefully, Dark Depths, that's not too bad. Hopefully kind of find Thespian Stage and maybe get Merit Lage token. Let's go and get down Gruul Guild Gate, and then anything else, we'll go and kick it back over to our opponent. We're playing against Karametra, God of Harvest Moon. Indestructible Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then, whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a 4-star Plains card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Opponent's going to get down Sram. Whenever you cast an Aura, Equipment, or Vehicle spell, draw a card. So, ooh, Door to Nothingness. All right, so we have win condition now. I'd like to go for Painful Truce, and that's going to be Sultai colors we can tap down for. So let's go for Breeding Pool. Let's go and shock this one in. It's going to put us down to 28. Let's go black, red, and then blue. And then there we go, Light and Tutor, Diabolic Revelation, Crystal Vein. We'll have to discard at least 1 card into the graveyard. But I think at this point, definitely want to hold on to these lands, and I want to hold on to Light and Tutor. Let's go and get rid of Crystal Vein. That's one of those that hopefully we find Life from the Loam. We can start to bring that back, but everything else in the hand I definitely want to hold on to. If you haven't seen this deck before, we have a lot of fun stuff down. You can see down at the bottom of the screen, we have Maze. Mace is in, which is going to get all the 10 Guild Gates on the battlefield. You win the game. Door to Nothingness, which we do have in the hand, which I don't think I've actually gotten a Door to Nothingness win with this deck, so that's kind of what we're going to be going for in this particular video, I think. We also have Dark Depths. You can see you get Thespian Stage down, make a copy of Dark Depths, keep the Thespian Stage version of it, end up with a 2020 Merit Lage token, which is gets a pretty good clock going, especially in 1 versus 1 commander. We also have Valakut Omen in here, so we have Valakut with Prismatic Omen. Prismatic Omen is going to turn all of our lands into every basic type, I think, and essentially that's going to turn it into, it's kind of like Scape Shift for Escape Shift like in Modern, and we get to deal enough lethal damage to our opponent. And of course, Torment of Hellfire and Villainous Wealth. Always a lot of fun to get that stuff going. Okay, so we draw into Valakut. How do we want to sequence this one? I definitely want to get down Door to Nothingness. Let's go ahead and let's do the. We definitely need to go for Enlightened Tutor, but we need to find a white source. Let's go and get on Simic Guildgate. That way, it's going to come into play tapped, and then anything else will go and pass the turn to our opponent. I checked my list real quick to see if we had some sort of searchable white source off of Polluted Delta and Catacombs, but unfortunately, we do not. I think the only, well, excuse me, dude, we have Savannah in here too, so we could, never mind. I looked at my list real quick, and then I just saw the black on Catacombs. So we do have Savannah in here, so we can hopefully at least search that up with Catacombs and then be able to go for Enlightened Tutor. We'll see exactly what we're going to grab off of Enlightened Tutor. We do have at least Mirari's Wake in here. It's going to add a lot of extra mana to our mana pool once we tap down for Mirari's Wake, and also allow us to kind of go for that Door to Nothingness win, which is pretty fun to go for. So we'll definitely be trying to go for that. And it looks like we're playing against pretty stock, not stock, but a pretty fun version of Karametra, where they're going for the Enchantress build, where that just makes for a ton of card draw. That's one of the main reasons why I love Gitrog, is because Gitrog as himself, you have a lot of card draw from Gitrog. You know, he's going to generate a ton of value by you sacrificing your lands. But when you combine the Enchantress card draw engine with that, you end up with a ton of just a lot of stuff moving in your hand. And the same thing kind of goes for Karametra. Once you kind of combine that Enchantress engine, in combination with getting those extra land drops down on the battlefield, just makes it really easy to do exactly whatever you want. So, but we are looking at a little bit of a clock, so let's see if we can't go ahead and get down door to nothingness, and then we'll use that Enlightened Tutor next turn to kind of search something up. Let's go and go for Catacombs. Let's go and crack Catacombs. If I looked at my list right, we should have Savannah in here. Yeah, there we are. All right, let's get this popped out. Let's grab Savannah. Let's go and go for door to nothingness and keep our fingers crossed that our opponent doesn't have but it does have some sort of artifact removal. Get down door to nothingness, and then we'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. We do have Diabolic Revelation in the hand, but we're definitely going to be, that's something that we can use. We have a lot of different ways to kind of put a lot of lands on the battlefield. Stuff like Azusa, the 1-drop, Exploration, so we can make a few extra land drops. So what we can use Diabolic Revelation for is we can use it to find some sort of win condition, but at the same time, we're looking at 2 guild gates. We need 8 more. Once we tap down for a ton of mana, then we can get some pretty good stuff going with Diabolic Revelation. Now, if we need to, we can get down a second Black Source and Diabolic for something like Damnation to kind of clear this board up, especially with our opponent kind of getting down Srom and Herald of the Pantheon, getting some pretty good stuff going, but would be destroyed. Yeah, so what we'll probably end up doing is we probably need to start searching up for some sort of at least spot removal on this one, because we're looking at 9, and that's going to be 11 coming across, putting us down to 7. So let's see what we can do about this. Okay, our opponent will get down Oblivion Ring, unfortunately, in exiling door to nothingness. So we do have at least a little bit of a, pretty much a clock on us now. So we're looking at 14, 16 coming across. It's going to put us down to 2 left. So let's see what we can do. We do have Enlightened Tutor in our hand to search something up. But I'm not sure if there's really much that we can do for that. Let's see what we draw into, though. Draw into Misty. Okay, good game to our opponent. They're going to get it on this one. Yeah, unfortunately, the Helm of the Gods really sped that up really quick. What we could have done is our opponent did have a Oblivion Ring on door to nothingness, which is not fun, but they took care of it. That does put us in a spot where we go for Diabolic Revelation. Once we get down Mirari's Wake, that's going to really open up our mana and really allow us to kind of start tapping down for a lot of stuff. So could pretty much kind of get a ton of stuff going, but fortunately, opponent's going to get on this one. So, good game to Karametra. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.